faster broadband service will soon be coming to portions of East Alabama.
Mild temperatures today all across East Alabama. We will have the complete forecast details for the rest of the work week coming up in weather. And in sports, area tournaments continue. We'll have scores from last night and previews tonight's action. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
A Talladega-based company, Coosa Valley Technologies Incorporated, has received a $7 million state grant to provide 110 miles of broadband connections in rural parts of Calhoun, St. Clair, and Talladega counties. This will mean faster access to the internet for 17 anchor institutions, such as schools, hospitals, and public safety buildings. The grant is part of a $188 million program announced this week by Governor Kay Ivey. That's to include the expansion of high-speed internet service across Alabama. The work will focus on so-called middle mile connections that will make it easier for users in remote areas to receive the broadband service already available in larger urban areas. The statewide project will eventually benefit almost 800 anchor institutions. The funds come from the American Rescue Plan developed by the Biden administration during the COVID crisis.
The city of Anniston is now taking bids for a parking lot that will replace a big hole in the ground at 12th and Noble Street. The hole was meant to be the location of a hotel, but when those plans fell through several years ago, the city council decided to just use the land for parking. The city is taking sealed bids for the construction of the parking lot until March 7th at 10 a.m. at the city clerk's office. A pre-bid conference will be held at 10 a.m. on February 29th at Anniston City Hall. More information on this and other city bids are available online at anniston.gov/bid-openings.
When we return, the Anniston area's homeless population appears to be shrinking.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Preliminary data from an annual survey of the nation's homeless population show that Anniston's share of that population has dropped from 160 in 2023 to 120 in 2024. That 25% reduction is based on the point-in-time survey that's taken each January by local organizations. Kyle Bryan, the program director of the Martha Vandervoort Center to End Homelessness, released those numbers Monday at a meeting of local leaders.
I credit that to our agencies collaborating and working together to provide housing for individuals and also to connect individuals to resources in other communities where they can be better served. So that's good to see, even as we anticipate providing this service and moving in this direction.
Brian says they hope to break ground for the center this spring and have it operational by next January. He says the major goal of that shelter is to reduce Anniston's homeless population even further.
When we return, some Anniston residents can now apply for help fixing up their homes this summer.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Applications are now being accepted at Anniston City Hall for area residents who need help from the World Changers organization when it comes to East Alabama in June. All applications must be turned in at City Hall on McClellan Boulevard by 4 p.m. on Friday, March 15th. All applicants must meet the following 3 criteria. Applicants must own the home, their home must be their primary residence, and the home must be a 1-story structure. Homeowners must attach copies of their property deed and income to their application. Applications will not be considered without those 2 items. Only property inside the city limits of Anniston or Oxford will be considered, and eligible repair work is limited to wheelchair ramps, exterior painting, deck, and porch repairs. There will be no interior work and no roof work, also due to changes in liability insurance coverage. For questions, you may contact Nikita Wood in the Community Development Block Grant Department at 256-231-7623.
Well, John Holder promised us a nice day, and John Holder delivered.
He certainly did. I would really appreciate the rest of the week being just like today.
Why don't we turn to him right now in the AN Weather Center and just beg? Maybe today is just a day to beg. John, we want this to continue.
Mike and Katie, this weather is obviously fantastic, and we're going to continue this weather all the way through the end of the work week. So more of the same coming up. We'll have the complete forecast, details for all of East Alabama next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Today, one of those days that we see this time of year where we exceed expectations on temperatures. We thought the high today would be around 62 or 63, but with maximum sunshine, we topped out at 66 this afternoon, almost 10 degrees above the average. A cold morning this morning at 31 degrees, a little bit below the average. Draw your attention to our record high and record low temperatures. Our record high for this date, 76 degrees. That was back in 1999. And then the record low was just 1 year later in 2000, 16 degrees just a year later. What a difference a year can make in the weather at this time of year here in East Alabama. Sun rising tomorrow morning at 6:35 and the sun setting this afternoon not until 5:19. Weather on your street on a Tuesday night. Take you out to State Farm Road in the Alexandria Valley. Clear and cold tonight, the low at 34. I think everyone stays above freezing. But again, at this time of year, we have clear days, warms up quick. We also have clear nights and it cools down quick. That's what we're going to see tonight and for the rest of the work week across East Alabama. Looking at your Wednesday, continued mild, Highway 77 in Attala and Etowah County. Plenty of sunshine, back in the 60s again at 62 degrees. But again, don't be surprised if we exceed that number here across the eastern side of the state again tomorrow afternoon. And as we look at the rest of the week, again, above normal temperatures on Cheehaw Drive. Down in Oxford, temperatures will be in the 60s all week long. Temperatures are going to run 5 to 10 degrees above the average all the way through the weekend. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, dry weather, some nice weather coming up. We have a chance of rain on Friday. This will not be until late in the day on Friday, about a 1 in 3 chance of a shower, the high up to 65 degrees. A better chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday. I don't think Saturday will be a complete washout, about a 50-50 chance of a shower. Very warm as we approach 70 degrees on Saturday afternoon. Better chance of rain just like last weekend. Coming on Sunday, could be a wet day, a 70% chance of showers. But last weekend, it was a cold rain. This is going to be a warm rain with a high temperature at 67 degrees. We'll hang on to a chance of showers on Monday. But again, as you look at the temperatures here, we don't see anything extreme at all. As a matter of fact, we are averaging, as we said, 5 to 10 degrees above the average for the coming week or so as far as daytime highs go. Let's take a look now at the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. We gave you the temperature outlook a few days ago, and that was expected to be above normal, but we think precipitation now is going to be below normal. Big part of the central part of the country well below normal. For us here in Alabama, particularly East Alabama, we're going to be slightly below normal as far as temperatures go, and I should say as far as precipitation goes. This takes us all the way almost to the 20th of February. So the theme here is above average temperatures, and then we are below average as far as precipitation goes. I'll be back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. as we will have a look at your day coming up, your day at a glance tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. And I'll be back here tomorrow evening for EAN Local News as we will continue to detail the forecast for the rest of the work week for all of East Alabama. And I'll be back with sports in just a moment as we take a look at area tournaments all across East Alabama. John Holder filling in for Namath Pitch this week in the EAN Sports Center, and we are in the middle of area tournaments. We're crowning area champions, deciding who moves on to the state sub-regionals in classes 1A through 6A for us here in East Alabama in the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Last night, we actually crowned some region champions. Let's take a look at some of the scores from last night across the region. We'll begin in Class 1A Area 8. This was a semifinal game. These games being played at Winterboro. Wadley last night knocking out Faith Christian by 6 points, 38-32. Also last night in another semifinal game on the girls' side, Winterboro blasting the Alabama School for the Deaf 73-8. We had a champion crown last night in Class 1A Area 12. Spring Garden, #1 team in the state in Class 1A, beating Cedar Bluff by 55 points, 69-14 to grab another region title. Class 2A Area 9, this was actually a semifinal game. Woodland last night, a low-scoring game as they beat Pleasant Valley 28-20. And another champion crowned last night in Class 6A Area 13 as Oxford went in and beat Gadsden City at Gadsden City 45-31 to crown the region championship. On the boys' side of things, again in 1A Area 8, the site was Winterboro. Semifinals last night, Faith Christian beating Wadley 60-56. Winterboro was a winner over Donahoe by 20 points, 76-56. Also in Class 1A, in the Area 12 championship game last night at Spring Garden. Spring Garden 30 better than Cherokee County rival Galesville, winning the game 64-34. We move to Class 3A now. Class 3A Area 12. These were semifinal games being played at Glencoe. Glencoe beating Ohatchee by 30, 79-49. Westbrook Christian was a winner over Hoax Bluff by 17, 68-51. Moving on now to Class 4A Area 8. We had Hanley last night squeezing past Munford 48-43, and Anniston. They were a winner over Talladega. These games were played at Anniston High School as Anniston won impressively by 29 points over the Talladega Tigers by a score of 59-30. Also last night in 4A and Area 10 semifinal games, it was White Plains by 22 over Cherokee County 66-44, and Jacksonville, a double-digit winner over Cleburne County by 10, 62-52. And also last night we had another, this is not a championship game. This was a semifinal game in boys 5A Area 12. In that semifinal game, it was Southside, an 8-point winner over the Lincoln Golden Bears, 57-49. That will bring us to area championship games. We've got some of those games going on tonight, some more semifinal games taking place this evening as well. Let's preview those games that are coming up tonight across East Alabama. Here's an area championship game. EAN Sports will be there tonight as we're are going to be at Piedmont. The Piedmont girls hosting the Weaver girls tonight. That will be in Class 3A, and that is Area 11, that championship. Also tonight, the Class 4A Area 8 championship at Anniston. This will be the Anniston Bulldogs and the Hanley Tigers. That'll be a great contest tonight at Anniston. Also tonight, another area championship game on the boys' side. This will be Cherokee County taking on Jacksonville tonight. Also tonight, another area championship game that we've got going on the girls' side, and this will be Alexandria taking on Southside. That game going to be played at Southside tonight. More area championships tonight. Winterboro and Faith Christian, they split during the regular season. They'll play tonight for an area title. That game will be at Winterboro in Class 1A Area 8. In Class 3A Area 11, again, we will be there tonight for Piedmont hosting Weaver for the championship in Class 3A Area 11 tonight up at Piedmont. And also tonight, we've got one more championship game. That will be on the boys' side, and that's Oxford taking on Fort Payne tonight. That's for the Class 6A Area 13 title. That game being played up in DeKalb County at Fort Payne. Again, we'll have results and highlights from games tonight. We'll preview some more area championship games that will be taking place tomorrow night. All that coming up tomorrow night right here on EAN Local News. That's going to do it for sports. Now back to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for the update, John, and thank you for watching today.
You can find us here online every weekday on YouTube, Instagram, or our website. We've now merged EAN News with East Alabama Now on Facebook, so you can go there and watch our news, sports, and weather content whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.